Hey, my name is Solomon Timothy. In this marketing hack, I want to show you exactly how you should be looking at your funnel, exactly how you should be looking at your marketing. This is basically everything we do here, everything that we train our people, everything that we do in terms of developing the knowledge for our customers, and all that we do, we use this very simple principle. It's like a 2D art. It cannot confuse you. And I want you to just stick with me, because at the end of this, you're going to learn a lot about how you should be thinking about your marketing. And when you deploy different campaigns, what exactly is that going to do for your marketing? All right, so to start with, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, what we're looking at is most of the time when business owners want to grow their business, they're essentially looking at the center of their business. They're talking about getting new revenue from their customers. So this is the only thing that they're thinking about. So they're thinking to themselves, I want to grow my business, and this is what they're talking about. They're talking about the dollar sign. They're talking about, I want more money, or more top line revenue, more whatever that kind of service or product that you might be offering. You want to sell more of those widgets. That's what they look at. What they don't look at is, to get this, all right, to get this, you have to have built some people that you can go sell to, right? Nobody just wakes up and says, I'm going to go buy this widget. You might have heard about the brand. You might have looked them up. You might have seen them at a trade show. You might have gotten a friend of you told you about the brand. You might have seen their ads on Facebook. You only deal with people that you know, right? You don't just, we don't have door-to-door vacuum cleaner salespeople anymore. That somebody you never met and just comes to your house and says, I want to sell you this vacuum cleaner, and wants you to buy it right there and then. That just doesn't happen. So for you to get to this point, which is ultimate, this is the ultimate goal for everybody. I got that. You got to have some people that you're going to sell to, and that's the outer circle. So I'm going to refer to this whole thing as my theory as it relates to customer acquisition, but in terms of circles. Okay, we're going to talk about the outer circle, the inner circle, and all of that. The outer circle here is your base. This is your email list, if I may. These are people that you have access to, and I put these are your contacts. In our platform, we have contacts. Some people call it leads, but this is, to me, the folks that you can call should you need to increase your sales, because they know about you, they've heard of you, they might even like you, so they might give you money just because they like you. But at the end of the day, these are people that fit your criteria of people that you're trying to target to. So you could have bought this from a mailing list, you could have bought this list from a trade show, but these are folks that potentially fit your customer persona. Got it? That's your outer circle. So don't forget that. And then the last circle, for people to have contacted you, they must have heard about you somewhere, or you exhibited at the trade show. I'm just going to use the trade show as an example. I'm not a big trade show guy. I don't think trade shows give you the ROI that people think it gives you, but I'm just going to give you an example of how did they hear about you. That awareness, it could have been, let's just go straight up to a Facebook ad that people saw you, or they visited your website because you wrote a piece of content. So that's your blog post. That's how they came to your website for the first time. Or like I said, it could have been a referral of a customer, right? So this is a customer referral. Somehow somebody told someone about your business and they came to that stage. So this is what I call the awareness stage, which a lot of marketers don't talk about. They go straight to this thing. Okay, so as you're deploying different marketing campaigns, as you're deploying different strategies for your business, what I would like you to think about is, how is that going to affect this 3 circles that we have here? I understand this is the goal. Everybody's trying to go for this. Everybody's trying to go for the gold. Let's use that as an example. We're going for the gold. So this is gold, okay? We're going for the gold, but you can't get to the gold until you go talk to people that have the gold. So you have to be building this thing. So for most of you that are out there that are trying to grow your business, you're not doing a good job getting people that fit that criteria. So how do you do that? You do that through free tools to capture email addresses on your website. You give stuff in value in exchange for their email address. you have to do a lot of work to be able to build this list, by the way. You can't just assume this list is going to grow by doing nothing. So you want to be able to build this list, okay? This is essentially people that have what you need, but you just have to sell yourself in a way that you provide more value than who is out there, and that you're going to make it more easier for them to buy from you. You're just going to have a better product. You're going to have better customer service, but you don't have anybody to contact to. This is not going to grow. So if you can grow this, so I'm going to try to draw this dotted line because this is the future, all right? This is not reality yet. So if you can imagine, if you can draw this circle to be bigger, if you can make this circle, if you can get your email list to grow by 10%, some people might want to double it, but you might read blog posts how I double my mailing list or whatever. So if you can grow that by 10%, you just now potentially increased your potential for growth and bottom line by 10%. Because at the end of the day, I believe that if you're communicating with those people that are interested in buying from you, you're continually providing value to them, it is a no-brainer that they're going to want to do business with you and going to give you their money. Okay? But what people really forget is that for you to grow this by 10%, we now have to put out more content. We have to now put out more pieces of stuff. We're going to have to do another campaign, right? We're going to have to grow this by 10%. Growing this by 10% has a huge impact on your business. So the big brands that we see, they invest here. The big brands, the P&Gs of the world, okay? They invest here. The Coca-Cola of the world, all right? The McDonald's. They believe in this. They believe so firmly that this is what they need to be working on. But smaller businesses, when you get a little too aggressive, you're very much of a growth marketer. You're looking for returns. You skip over this part. You're like, that doesn't matter. I don't care if anybody knows me or not. Email list, why do I need that? Because I don't check emails. Who checks emails these days? Email marketing sucks. This doesn't necessarily have to be an email list. This could be your social media following, okay? These are people that you're going to talk to on your social media. These are your followers in Twitter, Facebook, got it? These are your subscribers to your YouTube channel. It doesn't have to be an email. It doesn't have to be an opt-in. They just need to give you the permission to be able to market to them. All right, they have to give you access to their inbox. They have to give you access to their apps so that you can push notifications. If you're going to do a Facebook Live, they're going to get notified because these people have opted in. They've given you permission to market to them. That has to grow. And for that to grow, it can only grow if you can work on this. So start thinking about campaigns that you can do that is going to put a lift in people that know about your brand. That's the first thing, and that is going to indirectly help you get more people to give you permission to market to them. And of course, this is going to grow. I don't care what you do, even if you do outbound marketing. I'm just going to put outbound marketing because people don't like talking about outbound marketing. You might not hear me talk about outbound marketing, but even just outbound marketing, when you contact 1,000 people, they're now more aware of your business, okay? And you have their information, and they might say, don't contact me anymore. Or they might say, sure, maybe this is not the right time. I want to talk to you. Contact me in 6 months. So they automatically go into this list. And then if you persevere and you could persistently contact them over time, and you're going to give them more value and say, hey, I know we spoke 3 months ago, and I just wanted to touch base with you. Those types of contacts or emails or whatever that you do, it is going to help you get to this number. So do not forget about it. It is a process, okay? So the business owners and the entrepreneurs and the big brands who figure this out, okay? Even if you're a startup, you can figure this thing out by yourself. If you can figure that out, just growing this thing by the masses. So would you invest in having Facebook like campaigns? So let's just say that you want to, this is your advertising. So over time, you're getting more likes to your Facebook page. Does that help you? Those are the kind of questions you're going to need to ask. Most entrepreneurs are just living by the numbers and managing by the numbers, see absolutely no value in having additional followers. I'm on the other way around. Having that increase in people that know your brand and they will engage with you every time you post content is valuable asset to growing your bottom line today. It absolutely is. And if you can get more people to opt into your email newsletter, that's like the easiest one because they get direct access to their inbox and everybody checks their email pretty much 150 times a day. So if you can push out your content to those people that have given you interest, does that help you with your bottom line? Now, I didn't give you any sales hacks that's going to help you grow your sales by 10% necessarily directly, but I've given you how to view this whole entire thing. Like I could give you hundreds of tips on how to just, do better negotiation and how to present your company better and all those things. But I was talking more about what can you do to look at this from a glance. Take a look at it from 5,000 feet view or 10,000 or 15 or 30,000 view and invest in marketing as these three circles. So internally, when we do campaigns, this is what we talk about. We talk about our outer circle. We call this our outer circle. Is this going to directly impact our outer circle? And is this going to directly impact our inner circle? All right? Words that we coined, words that we use, and then we know what that is going to do to this. It's science. It's really science. We already know that if they know about our brand, they engage with our content for this long, or if they've been in our funnel for so many days or weeks or months, or we've done a demo or whatever that thing is, it's gonna happen. But the problem is for this to grow, I have to work on other things. And that other things that we invest in all sorts of stuff. We invest in content, we invest in education, we invest in just brand awareness stuff. We invest in everything that you can imagine a marketer would do today, a sales a company would do today is basically the solution to growth. So start thinking about that. See if that's something that you should be, looking at, or see if this model can help you better understand how to review your next year's investment, the year after, or the next 6 months, your next campaign, and start measuring it. What was the impact of each thing that you've done, right? I just put 10%. What if you're able to grow it by 20%? And what impact does that have on your bottom line? Did that grow by 20%? And the more you start to measure it, and I've done this, I've measured this really well, for this guy to grow, you got to work on the thing above that. And for that to work, you got to work on the thing above that. In most businesses, there might be multiple options. So like I said, they'll come to your website. We'll just call this a website visit. And that leads you to a free consultation. Like if you're in like a service business, they have to come to you. And then if you've done 100 of those free consultation, then you're going to get, maybe 20 new customers because you have a pretty good close rate, right? This works in every aspect of it. But what did you have to do to get this? You have to go backwards. So I had to give more free consultation, like in-person estimate. You're a contractor of some sort. You had to give them in-person consultation or whatever it is. You had to go to their house. You had to go to their office. You had to go to their plant. You had to do some analysis. You had to do whatever it is, and that had led you to more business. But going back, it was a website visitor. And then where did that come from? Do you get it? It was somebody who knew about your website to even come there. How did they come to your website? And that tracking the source, tracking conversions backwards. So if you could really measure the impact that all of these things that have on your business, you'll be able to reverse engineer and grow successfully. So don't think about, don't complicate this any more than you need to. I hope I've shed some light onto a different view. Again, this is looking at it from the top view. If you can figure that out, figure out where the investment is. Don't let technology get in the way. Don't let anything else get in the way. I drew this in a blackboard. It's very easy to replicate. Think about what are you doing to grow that outer circle, which is that awareness stage. What are you doing to generate leads? And if that's working, and what percentage of that is actually growing, and then what percentage of that is actually growing your bottom line. And if you have a sales problem, right? If you have a problem closing sales, then you have a problem at the level outside of that, which is generating leads. And if you have a problem generating leads, then your website or whatever element that's actually driving you leads, whether if you're an outbound company, maybe your salespeople can generate leads, but if you're an inbound company, maybe your websites and your marketing campaigns are not performing for you. You can solve this yourself. So I hope you get some insight, and I'll see you at the next video.